Hey guys, Blue25
and Archer 1934.
With episode 81 of Review Review. Today we have the Nippon Sentai Hurricaneger, the Black Edition Senpujin. So we have all three of the Senpujin mechas, the Lion, which is the biggest, the Dolphin, and the Hawk. This was a only limited edition exclusive.
It wasn't sold in normal stores like, for example, Toys R Us. It's only sold in hobby stores in Japan because it's a collectible item.
Alright, so now we have the Hurricane Hawk. It's just like a hawk and really doesn't really do much. It forms the head and you have the wings that can actually bend in like different positions.
It's mostly made out of die-cast metal. The majority of it's die-cast metal.
And there is his symbol for the Hurricanegers. Other than that, it's actually pretty cool. Sadly, there is no wheels. So now we have the Hurricane Dolphin, and this is Hurricane Blue's mecha. Now, of course, it's a dolphin-like thing. In the set, it comes with this wheel set because since Hurricane Dolphin doesn't really have wheels, and in the show, it was mostly just a dolphin which goes up and down.
And it kind of flies in the show.
Kind of flies.
Yeah, so since you have the toy, it wouldn't be able to move back and forth like that, so they give you. But you can disconnect it and use it as a dolphin if you choose so. It's just an accessory piece.
You can spin this little spinning thing, which is one of our attacks.
It doesn't really have any articulation. There's no mouth or anything. You can't really do anything with the fins. Right? Yeah, it's just a display piece.
Now this is Hurricane Yellow's mecha, the Lion. This is actually the biggest of all the Zords and
has the most die-cast metal parts.
It does. The ability is that when you have his whipcord is the tail.
Yeah, the whipcord's the tail.
You put it inside and you spin it.
So it spins its mane later on. Now this thing does have some articulation, but not much. You can move its mouth open and close, and of course its hands can move slightly, but not that much. Other than that, it's just a static part that looks cool to look at.
And actually looks nice, but as the biggest and the most heaviest of all the three mechas, he makes up the whole thing. It makes these two look kind of useless in a way. Alright, so now we have the Black Senpuujin, and this is of course the main mecha of the Hurricanegers when they combine. It's really heavy due to the fact that now all of them are together. Alright, now the hands, you can actually open them up and hold the sword or whatever weapon is in the Kokori system.
The Hurricane mane can be held in the sword. And of course, if you want to mimic what they did with the main Hurricane finisher move, you put the ripcord inside the top hull and then pull it out and it'll do the main Hurricane's finishing move.
Now for the Kokori system, just like in the show, they actually hold the Kokori balls, but only one at a time. So what you do is that you lift these up,
and then the front opens up and you can see the Curry ball, which is number 1, which is the sword slasher.
So now we have the sword slasher. And like all the other Hurricane Megas, this is the first one that they showed in the show too.
Now this one didn't come with the Shinobi medal, because normally in Japan all the Curry balls came with Shinobi medal, but in this set it didn't come with one. Now all the weapons that come with the Curry ball are compatible with each other and can be stored inside the Curry ball itself. All you do is simply close the neck and fold the wings and close the handle, and you can put it right back in the ball. So it can be stored inside Senpujin itself.
Now, the sad part is, since Hurricaneger was magic, in which they put as many Kokori balls as you can, and this one you only can put in one. That's the only drawback. But other than that, it's a really nice display piece, and it's really, really good. The black and gold set is actually really nice. It has a lot of die cast and it'll cost you a pretty penny. I think Archer paid about $300 shipped. It's a good investment. The only bad part is that the box is huge. Other than that, it's really nice set.
But I have to warn you though that there is a defect in the Hurricaner line itself. Some parts are easy breakable. They just didn't have good enough plastic that can deal with the weight of the die cast or the regular use of parts moving. So a lot of parts tend to be broken during shipping, making of it, or after you're using it.
But other than that, it's a really good toy. Hopefully you guys can get one or just have a Hurricane Mecha. But yeah, join us next week for the Gouraisenpuujin. Rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
I do like to remind everyone, whenever you form the Senpujin, you must use these safety locks first. Do not pull the leg parts out like you normally would, because you're going to break the safety locks. You have to firstly split the legs apart, then push the buttons, then raise the legs.
Most people will forget about it because they think, oh, I can just pull the legs out, but there is a safety lock. In Japan, they do a lot of safety lock issues with Sentai toys. Decorator's Vote was actually one example in which they actually have the logo saying, please do not put your hands in whatever and whatnot. So Japan's really cautious with the kids about the toy. So now there is one Shinobi meta that we did not get, which is that Japan actually didn't get also, was the cape and the stamp, because due to the fact that the cape was a limited edition to, I think it was a candy toy, and the stamp was also a candy toy only.